All right, look, if you're reading my Substack, right, it's the chriscuomoproject.substack.com. If you go there and you sign up, you'll get deep into the long COVID discussion, all right? I have long COVID. I think I'm among the fortunate. My doctor's not so sure, but we're going through it. Brain fog, okay? Have a hard time with recall, word recall. A lot of people, this is commonly reported as a symptom that is now being connected to long COVID. More importantly, is why long COVID is happening. Not that it's happening, we're past that, it's happening. Let's bring in Dr. Deborah Birx, the former White House COVID response coordinator in the Trump administration. So this study is a legit study, it's getting a lot of attention, and doctor, as always, thank you for being with us. And what it says is there is a spike protein that can come from the coronavirus that they believe is having basically this cascade effect that causes brain fog and a lot of other things that are falling under long COVID. Do you accept the science in this study that it is the spike protein responsible for this?
So thank you for staying on this, Chris, because it's really important. So there's all different aspects of long COVID. Let's talk about the first one, where people may not have brain fog or other symptoms, but may have a higher risk for heart attacks and strokes because of the microclots. And so they may not have any symptoms and develop a heart attack and stroke after acute COVID. So that's something everybody should be aware of. If you have any symptoms of heart attack or stroke, please go to your emergency room. Long COVID is very interesting, and I just have to say this. If we had taken chronic fatigue syndrome seriously 20, 30 years ago and figured out what was causing it, it also was probably a post-viral syndrome. And if we had figured that out, we would have had treatment for people today with long COVID. So this is what happens when we don't stay on the science. And that's why you talking about this is critically important, because every week a new study comes out. So a new study that came out talked about how we have our immune response to the COVID virus. And because of the way we are made up genetically, we each may have a very different immune response. And so that's why we need to be able to link, is this an overreactive or long-term immune response to the actual COVID proteins? Or is this COVID in a privileged site that continues to replicate? We still don't know, but you're absolutely right. It is our response to COVID that seems to get out of control in certain patients, and that leads to what we call leaking into the blood system of the brain, and that leading mediators, what we call our immune response to these viruses that try to get rid of these foreign proteins, then causes these changes in the brain.
See, I think that's the important part.
We're 4 years in and we're just starting. Yeah.
That's the important part, Doc.
Yes.
I mean, look, it's all important, but I'm saying for non-clinicians, the spike protein is all over this study. They say it is the linking aspect that leads to a lot of different dynamics that are happening inside people's bodies and brains. But here's the reason that matters. One, because I think there's a fundamental lack of curiosity on the part of government about tracking this stuff down. And I think it's taking longer because of that. And I think the reason that there is a fundamental lack of curiosity is because it gets into the political blame game. Because if the spike protein theory is correct, which I haven't seen anything yet come out to say it isn't correct, okay, then the question now becomes, did I get the spike protein from the virus, or did I get the spike protein from the vaccine? Because it's also present in the vaccine. What is your take on whether or not the vaccine must be looked at for its role in long COVID?
So great that you brought this up. There was another study that also came out within the last couple of weeks out of Hong Kong that really looked at over 1 million people. And this is what's frustrating about me in the United States. We could look at 1 million people, 2 million people, 10 million people. We had millions of people get the vaccine. We have millions of people who have gotten COVID. They looked at people who got the vaccine, had been boosted multiple times, and actually they had lower rates of long COVID. So I can't say definitively no to your question, but what I can say, it does look like vaccines and boostering does decrease your risk to having these mental changes, the cardiovascular issues, and the microclots.
I wonder if that still holds or is an outlier, because there's a lot of evidence, not just all the VAERS system and anecdotal, of people who are treating this where a lot of people have illnesses after they took the vaccine. And a lot of it is long COVID related. And that's why we need to have our curiosity continue. Dr. Deborah Birx, thank you, and to be continued. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.